it says waiting. It's working on it. There we go. We're
All right. Hey,
live.
welcome everybody. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you.
See you
Hey,
guys
welcome to
next week.
Launch. Welcome to Launch Ads Advanced. And today we're going to talk about a couple things, but the end result is we're going to talk about atomic testing and a testing strategy to 10x results and really just guarantee that you get where you want to be, get where you want to go, get what you need with our Launch Ads platform and running ads. Now, again, this is for the serious uh, business owner who really wants to take things to a whole nother level. It's not for the person that's just like, hey, I need to spend 5, 10, 20, $50 a day to get traffic. This is somebody that's going to take this to a whole nother level, and you really want to dial in, you want to scale your business, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, first of all, let me share my screen, and we're going to recap last week because everything kind of ties back to last week. And last week I talked about this right here. So let me go slideshow from current slide. The very first thing that you must do is you must really figure out who your avatar is that we're advertising to. Now, again, with launch ads, and you guys are launch ads customer, and we're on a launch ads training, I have different avatars for launch ads, right? But this is just one of the avatars and profiles that I'm working and putting together, and we call this the blue collar growth CEO, okay? And this is the ideal client profile. And so I'm going to speak to this profile different than I speak to a realtor, because this is a great tool for realtors. This is a great tool for maybe small agencies, like people that work with 1 or 2 or 3 clients, right? But this one is like, okay, it's a blue collar growth CEO. So this guy is 38 to 50. He's doing 500,000 minimum a year, maybe as much as 10 million a year. He has a website, he has funnel, but he has scattered ad accounts. He has no traffic system. He's been burned in the past by agencies and advertisers. Before, he feels frustrated, overwhelmed, skeptical, lost, stuck. After, he's like, I got an AI assistant running my ads. It's optimizing my ads. I got a centralized dashboard so I can look at all my ads from Google and Facebook and Instagram all in one place. And then I got my average day is I got a 10-minute check-in, looking at my ads. The key purchase drivers are simplicity, speed, ROI, creativity, AI leverage, peace of mind. My frustrations and fears are ad fatigue, rising costs, agency pricing. You guys get what I'm saying, right? And I'm going to come back to this. This is really important, right? So we remember this: the Goldilocks prospect, the Goldilocks story, the Goldilocks. Write it down. Goldilocks. What's he talking about? Goldilocks. Remember this? Remember the porridge story? Oh, that porridge is too hot. Oh, that porridge is too cold. Oh, that porridge is just right. That's that ideal customer profile that we want to dial in. And that's the one where we're going to get the best return on our bucks, okay? So with that, because I said I would, let me go back to my screen share, and I am going to go through a quick formula, just a quick formula to kind of add to get you guys a thing. This is the formula for massive success. Massive success. It's L times C times M times F equals GP. Okay, what is that? That is leads. The L stands for leads. Okay, times C stands for customers, times M stands for margins, times F stands for frequency equals growth potential, right? And so the idea is if we can figure out a way to double our leads, and we can figure out a way to double our customers, and we can figure out a way to double our margins, and we can figure out a way to double our frequency, which over a period of time is not hard to 2x every single one of these. Now we've 16x'd our growth potential. Now, is anyone going to do this overnight all at the same time? No. But let's just talk about doubling our leads, right? So we double our leads with lead magnets. And again, everyone knows what lead magnet is, but just in case, you want more leads? You either need more lead magnets or better lead magnets, which goes back to that conversation we were having a few minutes ago, right? What is the lead magnet? A lead magnet, and the purpose of a lead magnet is to provide an irresistible ethical bribe that hits your target market right between the eyes and compels them to give their contact information in exchange for the promised bribe. Here's my email, here's my phone, here's what you're going to get. The lead magnet needs to be specific, needs to be actionable, and needs to provide value beyond what would typically be expected. In other words, a boring Me Too checklist or white paper. I'm not saying your checklist is boring, but you see what I'm saying? It's got to be actionable and provide value beyond the typically expected, okay? Since the lead magnet is typically it's the start of the sales funnel, and I'm going to merge in sales funnel. The same thing as that is customer journey is also usually the highest leverage point. Okay. Your visitors, prospects want immediate gratification and something they can sink their teeth into now. So lead magnets give them that. So the idea is we need to have these lead magnets and we want them to do this. And you want to figure out what is their cheese. And like, what is their cheese? And by the way, I did this presentation. I created this presentation. These slides you're looking at right now, I created in 2007. So this is timeless. I've been doing this for a long time. This stuff does not change. And you go, what's their cheese? Well, you know, a mouse will eat through a wall, chew holes in your wall to get to the cheese. So what is that your clients would, chew through a wall to get to, right? And some examples could be for investors, top dividend stocks, Forex traders, MetaTrader tutorials. For golfers, I'm going to hit the ball 10 years longer. For single guys, the KISS test. So these are all different things, right? And here's a couple examples. You want to raise money, you got a new company. I had a program called the 7 Key Secrets to Raising Capital. And what I did is I said, give me the first video for free. So then I would sell them on this. So I'd give them the first video for free. That one worked pretty good. Then I was working with Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, and we created the 10 steps to the perfect pitch, how to work a Shark Tank shark into a frenzy to fund your deal. Then we work with golfers, learn the power of setup, connection, and load to take your swing to the next level and beyond. Send me my 3 free videos now. And I typically like to have a lead magnet that can be created in 48 hours or less and can also be consumed in 40 hours or less. So that's a kind of a critical thing. So let me guys ask a question. Was that helpful? Is there any questions on lead magnets right now? Very helpful. Good, good, good. So on a scale of 1 to 10, give me where you think you rate that. 10 being the best, 1 being I knew all that stuff, Greg. You're putting me to sleep. Okay. So now I'm going to come to questions at the end. So hold on to questions, okay? Because I've got to get some brain. I got my brains kind of flowing, right? Okay. So now we're going to take this concept of I've identified my ideal customer avatar, and then I'm going to say what are the problem statements that customer avatar is thinking in their head, right? And then I'm going to do a test, and I want to test it out, and I'm going to show you guys some live steps. Let me show you what I did. Where'd it go? Okay, so then I came up with another avatar called the fatigued ad buyer. And I thought, okay, a good avatar for LaunchCart is somebody who's tried to run ads before, they've run ads before, they know they want to run ads, they know that's the key to scaling their business, but they're fatigued, they haven't had results. So I said, okay, I want to get problem statements. And hold on a second, Mike, where's my folder? Oh, here they are. Okay, so then what I did is I created a whole bunch of, I created 20 statements based on this avatar, based on this communication. I want this, and I want you to put a yes in the chat box if this is speaking to you as I go through these. I want to scale, and I know I need to master paid ads or pay someone who has. Put yes, that's me. I wish I could finally stop wasting time trying to write ad copy that converts. I need a faster way to launch ads without second guessing every headline. I want a done for you ad system that doesn't require my time or tech skills. I wish my lead generation didn't depend on me doing everything manually. I need my ads to run smarter and faster without hiring another specialist. I wish I had an AI, that should say tool, that could build, test, and manage my ads for me. Now, is that speaking to launch ads or what, right? I need a way to make ads profitable without constant trial and error. I want to finally trust a system that runs ads better than I can. I wish I could get back to the coaching instead of fiddling with my ad manager. I need leads coming in while I sleep, not while I'm sitting at the ads manager 6 hours a day. I want to spend less time writing copy and more time serving clients. I wish I didn't have to wait weeks for an agency to get a campaign live. I need help getting better ROAS without spending more time or money. Okay. I wish someone could get you. Okay. So you guys are getting the point, right? You understand these are 20 problem statements. Now, before I get away from here, what is this image I created? It's called a pattern interrupt. Okay. Blue and orange, launch cart colors. There's nothing in the orange. Why'd you do that, Greg? It's a pattern interrupt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run ads to these 20, I'm going to create 20 ads with this, and I'm going to go get results. And I'm going to go into, now I haven't really figured out how to do this in launch ads yet. I'm going to, but I did this in my campaign. Let me see. I did this in my ads manager. I can't do it in launch ads. I just did it here. So I created a thing called atomic testing. So this is my atomic testing strategy. And what I did is I first targeted small business owners and CEOs and CMOs and marketing directors. And, oh no, I did small business owner. Here, let me show you the audience. Hold on. So I did small business owners, 56 million people, and business page admins, 56 million people, who also match. I'm a chief marketing officer. I'm a chief marketing officer interest. I'm an owner. I'm a CEO. I'm an owner. I'm a CEO. I'm a business marketing major. I have content marketing. So that was my audience. So I said, you have to be a page admin, a small business owner, and you have to be a CEO or an owner of a business or a business manager. You guys aren't seeing. Oh, thank you for saying that. I wish somebody could. Next time you got to yell at me because I don't look at the question box.
I was
Sorry.
just getting ready to do that.
Okay, so let me go back up. So did you guys see all the images or no?
No.
Oh, dang it. Okay, let me go back. Okay. Jeez, Lee. Yeah, next time somebody unmute yourself and slap me upside my head. Okay, so here's the ads. Okay, I have a system for creating these in Canva. I want to scale, and I know I need to master paid media or pay someone who has, right? I wish I could finally stop wasting time trying to write ad copy that converts. I need a faster way to launch ads without a second guessing every headline. I want a done for you system that doesn't require my time or skills. Okay, so you get the point. I'm sorry I didn't have my screen sharing. Okay, and you can see I got blue, I got yellow, and I got orange. Now again, attention fatigued ad buyer. That's a call out. That's the dog whistle. That's like the interrupt going. If you're not a fatigued ad buyer, you're going to scroll right past that. If you've had any problems with buying ads and that speaks to you, you're going to stop. Does that make sense to everybody? Right? And then these statements are going to be, and I'm saying true or false, right? And I'm going to get in, and then I'm going to run ads, and I'm going to get engagement on these ads. So that's what I did. So then I created an ad campaign called Atomic Testing. I created an ad set targeting these audiences, the small business owner, and they have to be a small business owner or a business page admin, and they have to be an owner, a CMO, or a content marketing expert. Okay, that was my first audience that I tested. And then I go to that, and I'm going to do, and then I get my results. And then I go over here, and I'm going to click through rate all, and I'm going to start highest to lowest. And you can see I'm going to check these. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 ads out of 20 that are over 2%. My KPIs, I'm not going to move forward with anything that's not over 2% click-through rate. And this one's 1.96%. So I'm going to go ahead and fudge that and go ahead and use that one. So I got 4 of these that were 2%. And then typically I want them under 50 cents cost per click. This one was 73 cents cost per click. This one was 41 cents. This one was 58. And this one was 48. Okay. So I'm going to fudge on this one at 73 because I had a 5.1% click-through rate. And you, okay, which one was that, Greg? That one was, I want a done for you ad system that doesn't require my time or tech skills. That's launch ads. Okay, that's the number one click-through rate, right? The cost per click is higher, but that's okay. I can deal with that. Number 2, I need a faster way to launch ads without second guessing every headline. That's launch ads. Launch ads solves that problem. So this is the problem statement they're thinking in their mind that they're agreeing to. And this one is number 2. Number 3, and I have these all numbers so I can keep track of all this stuff, right? I wish someone could just tell me what to write and where to put it. That's launch ads. That's the ChatGPT writing the copy. Okay, that's the problem statement, and launch ads is the answer. Why is it saying that? It's weird. That one's gone for some reason. Okay, so you guys get what's going on here, right? So I'm testing those. Now, just for fun, so I could teach you guys, I said, okay, I'm going to go test the exact same ads, the exact same concept, the exact same everything, but this time I'm going to do a different audience. And this one I did life coaches and small business owners. So first of all, you had to be a life coach, and then you had to be a small business owner, okay? And the results were highest to lowest, no one came above 2%. You guys get what I just said? Okay. That's why audience matters. That's why your ideal avatar matters. So based on what I did there, and I spent $160 on this test, and I did it in 2 days. And so to me, it's worth $160 to speed up the process, to dial in my words, to dial in that message. Now, what I'll do is I'll now take those 4 headlines from the one avatar, and I'm going to continue advertising that, but I'm not going to ever advertise to life coaches with this messaging, because this messaging does not talk to life coaches. They're not fatigue ad buyers, right? So you guys, I hope you're really getting the significance of what I'm sharing. This is very advanced. It's not hard to do, a little bit of time, but once you kind of get this going, it's the gold mine, right? It really takes things to another level. Now, again, with AI, it's already kind of doing that. It's multivariate split testing, and it's doing a fantastic job. I'm just going to be able to 10x it with what I'm doing, okay? So now going back to our conversations about lead magnets, now I take those 4 problem statements, I'll go back into my ChatGPT and my tools, and I'm going to say, okay, take these 4 statements and give me 10 or 20 lead magnet titles that can leverage this. And here's what I have for a lead magnet. I have this playbook, and I give it some ideas of what I have for lead magnets, and I say create 10 or 20 lead magnet titles. Okay? Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to create those blue and orange, and I'm going to create another variation. I'll show this next week on my lead magnet titles, and I'll run tests to my lead magnet titles. And I will dial in with, look, I'm really good at marketing, but the audience is who I want my information from. And if I'm running my ads to this target audience and I'm testing these words and this stuff, then I'm going to test my lead magnet stuff, right? I'm going to test my lead magnet titles, and I'm going to come up with 2 or 3 or 4 of those titles based on real click-through rate, real stuff. And now I spend another $80 or 50 to $100 max, no more than 100. And a lot of times I get it done for 50. And I get my lead magnet titles. Then I go create my lead magnets, and then I say take the lead magnet title, take this stuff, and then help me create the landing page and give me the words for the landing page. And now I got proven problem statements. I got proven lead magnet titles. I got proven titles and stuff for the landing page, and then the opt-in page. And now my lead magnet is going to produce results, right? You guys understand what I'm saying? And Santiago, do you see what I'm showing? This is what I'm going to teach Santiago this whole process, and he's going to help me now that he's on Team Launchcart. We're going to leverage these strategies and tactics with the dialing in of the messaging. So we're not just using our best practices. We're not just using our best persuasion skills. We're using our best practices and our best persuasion skills to create copy and then spend a little bit of money to test it. Why? Because I'm serious about scaling this business, this product. If you just need traffic, you just need some customers, you're okay. Go ahead. All right. Any questions?
Hi,
Comments?
I have a question. This is awesome. It would help me for what I've been asking about. I'm not clear on the difference between a campaign and ads, and I'm wondering if you could show what that looks like in launch ads, like when we're in the campaign, are all these 20 tests inside of one campaign, or is it another one? I'm just not clear on how I would do this, but this is brilliant.
Thank you. Let me go in here. Let me go. Okay, so she asked, how can we see this in launch ads? And let's go in here and see. So I'm in my son's account for his golf stuff. Let's say if I was to create a new ad. Okay, the only way to do it in launch ads, you guys see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see it. So this is
Okay.
a campaign, right? It's at the
Yeah, so
top.
this is the campaign. Yeah, see what we did with launch ads is we took away the whole the campaigns and the ad sets and the ads just to make it more simpler and a better UI. And then that's how we launched with that. Now, see right here underneath this right here, it says dynamic ad and standard ad. So now what we have to do is we have to do standard ad, and we click that little button, the standard ad. And now what it does is it gives me the ability to create ads. See, it says I got ad number 3. And I can create separate ads, and I can do images for each ad. So, and I haven't even done it in here myself yet. So I'm going to create it. I have to create a training and do it myself. And I'm trying to figure out a way to really do it easy. And I'm actually going to talk to the programmers. Eventually, my goal would be to be able to upload 10 or 20 images and have the system just create the test ads for you. Because this is the genius. Like, this is why I charge. And again, I told you guys last week, if somebody wants me to work with them and take you through a process, I'm going to charge $3,000 a month. I'm going to take on no more than like 6 clients. We're going to meet one-on-one on Tuesdays, and I'll probably do some group stuff on a Thursday. And I'm going to take everyone through my process and blow your brand and your product and stuff up for $3,000 a month, which is cheap. Like, but again, I want to get some case studies and I want to teach people how to do this stuff. But this is how you come in here, and then you would create your image or your video. And again, in this case, you're going to do the image for each ad, and but you cannot do it if you don't do standard ads. And
So
it's
you're
one image per
basically
ad.
creating the optimization that the dynamic ads would under this one campaign for the same audience.
Yep, for the same audience. And then and then on I just put like one headline. I don't even put any primary text. I just put a headline. I don't even, because again, it's really about that pattern interrupter, that image showing there, and people either liking or comment or doing something that lets me know that stopped them in their tracks.
So someone asked like what type of ad it is. You said true or false. Is that like an engagement ad, and are they just
That's like,
answering or
yeah, no,
clicking a poll?
these on the conversions up here, it would be, I use traffic.
So they're clicking true or false, or how does that work?
Well, some people type true or false. They type true. They type true.
Oh.
Some people click on the link, learn more, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for those link clicks, because if it triggered somebody enough to click on the link, then I know that's that. Again, and I'm looking for that KPI. And if you guys don't know what KPI is, key performance indicator, I'm looking for that KPI, that key performance indicator of a 2% click-through rate or higher, and I want to get a 50% or cheaper click-through rate. And
So
then
where do
that's
you
kind of my
take them?
metric.
Where do you take them with the traffic? Like, where are they
Well,
going?
I'm just sending them to a launchads.com's homepage, but eventually they'll,
Oh,
and
okay.
again, here's the thing. It takes time to create landing pages. It takes time to create all this stuff. It doesn't matter where you take it, because it's just a test. It's just a test. Now,
I
if you
could
can't
take
take
them
them
to like
somewhere,
my landing page. That's perfect. I love this.
sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. Anybody else got any other questions?
Hey, Greg, you mentioned copying the ad set to create separate ads.
Yeah. See, and you can't do that in Launch Ads, but you can do that in your Facebook Manager. Okay, so going into here, I'm in my Facebook Manager. I had created this ad set, because again, in Facebook you have campaign.
We can't see that if you're showing.
Oh yeah, okay, good. Yeah, thank you. All right, keep doing that. Okay, so I'm back in my Facebook Ads Manager. In an Ads Manager, you have a campaign, You haven't, and that's like, okay, that's my objective. I'm going to do traffic. I'm going to do conversions. I'm going to do video views, whatever. Then I have ad sets. That's my audience. That's my pixel. That's my link. And then you have ads. So what I did is I created one campaign that I call test, atomic testing. And then I created this first ad set in here targeting small business owners, CEOs, and marketers. And then I just went duplicate. And then I duplicate this whole thing, right? And then now it's duplicating that entire ad set and all those 20 ads. And then I'm going to come in here and change my audience and then hit go. So that's why certain things, you know, I have to do in Facebook Manager because I can't do them. I can't do them in the launch ads. It wasn't really designed that way. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Let me delete that. Who else has a question? Atomically brilliant. Okay, that's a good one. Atomically brilliant.
Actually, one quick question. With regards to the coaches, do you think it's just because that demographic is not necessarily thinking too much about running ads, or is it possibly that they're too mean to run ads? And I'm asking as a coach and a therapist myself.
No, I think it's because they don't think of themselves as fatigued ad buyers. So that whole interrupt of, hey, attention, fatigued ad buyer, that's not them. Now, for them, it might be, I need more business. I need more clients. I need steady lead flow. So again, that's my point, is that you talk to your avatar, one avatar differently than you're going to talk to the other avatar. And as good as we are as marketing guys, as good as ChatGPT can help us now doing this testing, it really, it almost guarantees success. Right? Because think about it. If I just started running those fatigued ad buyers to coaches and not doing this test, I'm going to throw a lot of money down the drain and go, that didn't work. $400 later, right? Now I spent 50 bucks, 80 bucks. And again, if I was to maybe do it a little bit differently, I might not even have spent that much, but I wanted to get the training done and the testing done before today's training. I'm buying
No, that
time.
is fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. No, really do your homework on your avatar, and then help use these tools to tune up your landing page, tune up your messages, tune up what your stuff's doing. Okay, let me open up for Q&A. Any other questions? You're stuck. Where are you stuck? How can I help you get unstuck? What are you stuck on? Anybody stuck and they need some help? Otherwise, we'll get back to work and keep going and going and going.
I have one more since it's quiet. With my landing page that I mentioned previously, can you repeat that part where once you have who it is, right? Like, or what they're clicking on. I already know that I'm getting good clicks for the women lawyers. How did you test how did you come up with those 4 landing page lead magnets? You just used what you had basically and just tested which ones are gonna work?
What I did is I created the problem statements. Then I created
Uh-huh.
that attention, whatever your ideal client avatar. So it's attention ideal client avatar. Then it's true or false. And then you put the problem statement in there. And I just ran ads, traffic ads to those for like 1 day, 2 days.
But I have that now. So now my issue is my lead magnet. They're not opting in. So I'm wondering your part about how you tested the different lead magnets.
Well, I haven't done that
Then you
yet.
picked what
I
you
haven't done,
had.
no, I haven't done that yet. I'm doing that this week. So next week I'll show you those results.
So what would you say for me now if I want to use your process for testing lead magnets? Just come up with what I can already have or
Yeah,
create in 48
first
hours?
come up with come up with like 10 different titles, and then you test those 10 different titles.
To the same titles to the same lead magnet, or come up with 10 different lead magnets?
Well, no, it could be the same lead magnet, but 10 different titles to that lead magnet.
Oh, so I could change the checklist from something else. Oh, okay, I get it. I was just
Yeah.
thinking of a checklist or a video or another kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean the same lead magnet, different titles. Oh, that's interesting. Thank
Yeah,
you.
because you don't know if that title, the title you gave the lead magnet is compelling enough for them to give you stuff. And then once you
But they're
dial in,
clicking. They're clicking on the title. It's in the
Well,
ad.
I don't know why they're not opting in. That's a whole nother audit you'd have to look
Yeah.
at.
Okay, thank you. This is
You're
great.
welcome. And then here's another good question. If I make any changes on Facebook Ads Manager, will they reflect in launch ads? Yes. Yes, they will. Because again, launch ads is just connecting to Facebook Ads Manager or Google Ad Manager or YouTube Ad Manager, and it's displaying the stuff over here. And we've just kind of made the UI differently and more simple. Like again, in launch ads, we don't have ad sets. It's creating the ad sets for you, and it's kind of leveraging multivariate testing and AI to generate results. So good question. Okay, last call for questions.
Yeah, and just a quick one about the lead magnet. Changing the title, does the content always, well, the way you do it, does the content always remain the same and it's just the title that changes as you see which one sticks?
Well, again, it goes back to if the content's good and it's going to deliver some form of a transformation or instant results. The more you can give on a lead magnet, give away your best stuff on a lead magnet, because like, wow, if they're giving away that for free, everyone says if they're giving that away for free, just how good is their paid stuff going to be? So, but really it's about the titles, and then once you dial in the title, then again you can tell the AI, ChatGPT and stuff, give me a subtitle and give me some bullet points, based on here's my lead magnet, here's my checklist, here's whatever, and then help me create some more copy that's going to help sell that if you need to, and then test it that way. So it's just really about dialing in the words. And okay, let me close off with this, because this is funny, but it's really good too. Hold on, where'd it go? Okay, this is good. Okay, this is really good. Hold on. I forgot about this. Let me share my screen. Okay, so from current slide. Okay, I'm going to go past that. Titles and headlines, they matter a lot. I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember this book, or by Nora Hayden, Astrological Love, right? This was published in 1982. I was 20 years old, and they sold less than 5,000 copies. Okay. Then a wicked smart marketer got a hold of it, changed the title, How to Satisfy a Woman Every Time, ... and have her beg for more, by Nora Hayden. It really works. The first and only book that tells you exactly how. Republished in 1998, sold over 2.5 million copies. You guys get it? Titles matter. Words matter. And we're not smart enough to figure it out. Let AI and your audience tell you what you need, right? Speak to the desired end result. Headline tip number 1, how to win friends and influence people, how to wake up productive, getting things done. Speak to the end result. Title tip number 2, reduction to the absurd, the 4-hour work week changed Tim Ferriss's life, the 25-hour day, 3 tiny movements that burn 3 pounds of belly fat in 3 minutes. Title tip number 3, be head-on and descriptive. How to use Pinterest for business, how to purify water, even urine, vertical and container gardening secrets, right? Free reports and checklists. Okay, so there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed today's training. Fantastic stuff. Appreciate it. Put your comments, any takeaways, any testimonies. If you guys could do me a favor too, if you guys really like this training and this stuff, take a few minutes and get your phone out and record a video for me, giving a testimony, because we want to get more and more testimonies. I need testimonies. You need testimonies. Everyone needs testimonies. And again, I got to tell you, I don't think you can get this kind of coaching and this kind of gold anywhere on the internet, especially for what you guys paid to get in here. That doesn't happen. Okay. So Lynn's asking about the $3,000 a month. It's a 3-month minimum commitment, Lynn. And after 3 months, we're going to take you through this whole process and dial you in. So it's $3,000 a month for a minimum of 3 months. And then I'm going to personally walk through and coach you and get access to my tools that I pay a lot of money for, to speed this whole process up and help you do this stuff. And in some cases, I can even help get it done too. So if that's something, you can just email, if you have my email, email me, or you can just email support@launchcart.com and my support team will let me know. Okay, Santiago's promoting me. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm signing off, everybody. Everybody have a fantastic day. Do what I do. Wake up every day with an attitude of gratitude. Tell somebody you love.